Hey guys, it's Jables here again, finally coming at you with a new video. I just recently finished my Gear Chronicle deck. Well, finished it for the most part. I still need the new crit trigger from the new set. I'm still working on getting those, but everything else I have fairly the way I want it now. I'm going to work around with it. Might change some things, might not, but right now it seems to be working very well for me. So we'll get right into this. Starting with our starter and Timepiece Draco Kid. I like this one because it's a lot faster than the other one that's a actual grade 3 searcher. You can just search your deck for any grade 3. This one is your pretty standard. Check your top 5 cards for a grade 3. It's a lot of hit and miss, but the other is, I believe, too slow, really. So I prefer the speed of this one because there's a lot of decks that retire units, and in the Gear Chronicle match, you can rewind units, so you might not hit this. And if you're already grade stuck as it is, it's really just not good at all. For next, our trigger lineup, we have 8 crit for added pressure. I'm not sure if I'll run 12 crit or not yet. I'm still debating on that. So for now, until I get out and just worry about this, the 4 draws. The draw is nice in this. Not many cards that do draw, but of course the new trigger does, so I'll just have to see. And we have our 4 heals. For our grade 1s, we have our 4 perfect guards. I go back and forth on the perfect guards. This one you can only use for the vanguard, so you can't protect your rear guards with this perfect guard, which really hasn't been a big deal. I've noticed I haven't really had a match. I've faced the X a couple of times, and it didn't matter. So I'm just gonna leave it at this because the damage unflipping is very important because you go through counterblast quite a bit in this deck. So we leave it at that. We have 4 Steam Breath Dragons. He's your Stride enabler. He counts for a grade 3 if you pitch him for Stride. And when he's placed on a rear guard, you can reveal a grade 3 to search out a Chrono Jet Dragon. So he's really good. He keeps your hand full of Chrono Jets, so you can have plenty of Stride options. So I like that. I run it before. Plus, he's just a good 7k booster as well. And we have 3 Meshi. Whenever you rewind a unit, as in put one of your opponent's rear guards on the bottom of the deck, you can, if you're at G-Break 1, you can Soul Blast 1 and unflip a damage. So it's just more unflipping, which is really good because you do use it quite a bit in this deck. And then last 2 grade 1s is 2 Gearwolf. He becomes a 10k booster whenever one of your opponent's monsters or one of your opponent's cards get put on the bottom of the deck. So yeah, he's pretty good there. For grade 2s, grade 2 lineup's fairly simple. We have the 4 Legion Mate, Steam Knight, Dude. Counterblast 2 when he attacks. Your opponent can't call grade 0, so that's a really good effect. Late game, he's just incredible. We have the 4 Steam Knight Ambers, still just a really good card. When you're at G-Break 1, when he attacks and he's being boosted, you can Counterblast 1 to place a unit your opponent controls on the bottom of the deck. A rear guard on the bottom of the deck. So yeah. And then the only grade 2 that I don't run the new Legion or the new Legion Mate. Instead, I chose this one instead. Steam Maiden. Steam Maiden Ishin. Probably butchered the names, but yeah. I chose this because it has resist, and resist is very strong. It makes your opponent have to choose different ways around it. Like in the X, they have to use that one that hits the whole column since it does not choose this. And its effect's really good too whenever you rewind a unit, you can counterblast one, and they can't call grade zeros when it attacks. So just more of that is really good. It just helps for those late games whenever you know they don't have a perfect guard and you can steal games with it. I'm still working on ratios of this. I didn't really like many of the newer guys except for just a few. So but I'll have to work with it and see. Next, for the grade 3s, we have the main grade 3 in Chrono Jet Dragon. Chrono Jet Dragon, whenever you stride on top of him, counterblast 1 to rewind a unit, which is just very strong. Then whenever at G break 2, he gets +5, and your opponent can't call grade 1s. Grade 1s or greater. So yeah, he's just really strong. He still games a lot of games with him. Then we have 3 legions. The old legion, Ruined Spell Dragon. I like him better actually than the new legion, because he has just when you legion with him, rewind a unit, which is I think it's just it's quicker than the other one, because you have to do, I believe you have to rewind a unit first to get its effect, which is slower, and I think this guy's faster, which he doesn't have a very powerful effect, but I still prefer it. And I believe that he gets +2 whenever he attacks a Vanguard. Then the last one, I still run one Fate Wheel. Just, he's in there. I hardly ever use him, just except for stride fodder, but he's still there. Then for our G deck, of course, we have the 4 Ragnarclocks. Ragnarclock is just an incredible card, very, very powerful. Whenever he attacks, you counterblast 1, flip a copy of himself face up from the G deck, and if you have 2 or more units face up, he gets an additional crit, and they can't call grade zeros. So it's just very strong. Steals a lot of games. It's a very powerful card. Then we have 2 Chronos Command and 2 Fate Rider Dragon. Didn't finally drop the promo. This guy's actually very good. Chronos Command, though, we'll go over him. He whenever his attack hits, you can counterblast 2, Soul Blast 1, and return all rear guards your opponent controls to the bottom of the deck. So if your opponent just tries to rush you, and you hit him with this, just gains, basically win from there. And then Fate Rider, I actually use Fate Rider's effect quite a lot. He's good for recycling triggers. You can put a unit that you control to the bottom of your deck, and then call a unit from your deck 1 grade higher. So I use it mainly to put heal triggers back and crit triggers sometimes, to get a booster for some of my units. So and then you can choose up to units on the field equal to how many units how many cards you have face up in your G zone, and they get +3. So that's a pretty good effect too. It powers up your guys, and you get to recycle triggers, and then call your boosters. Or if you wish, you can bring out your interceptors, your grade 2s. Depending on the situation, I think he's really good. So I remember too. But that's the deck, guys. Like I said, it's been working pretty good for me. I will change it up if I ever get the new critical trigger. But until then, thanks for watching. Support Mystery Inc. Gaming, and until next time, Jables out.